Maido! Hi there, Japan fans! Today we're going to talk about 3 key things which I rediscovered when presenting. Present, Master Shimashou. This is the 5th year of the Presentation Japan Series podcast. We are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is now available on Amazon. Become a better speaker who is clear, confident, persuasive, and highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 293. Today we are talking about the power of enthusiasm, structure, and vocal variety when presenting. How good is your Mongolian? Well, I don't even know one word in Mongolian, but I learned a powerful lesson about presenting and communicating when grappling with this language recently. I'm a master trainer for Dale Carnegie, and most of my time is spent working here for Japanese clients. Occasionally, I'm asked to work with Dale Carnegie colleagues from other parts of the world, usually in APAC, to help certify their new trainers. This is how I came to be working with 10 budding trainers from Ulan Bator. My instruction was given in English, but their role plays, practice pieces were done in Mongolian. I wondered at the start, how on earth can I coach these people if I can't understand their language? I was surprised, though, by a number of things. We communicate with words, but we also communicate with structure, energy, passion, voice pacing, and body language. Listening to their role plays, I could tell if they were not following the structure they were supposed to be using, even though I couldn't understand one word of what they were saying. This just reinforced for me the importance of designing our presentations using a clear structure such that each section flows seamlessly into the next section. We'll have a number of points and sub-points in our talks, and we'll have chapters in the talk as well as we move from one subject to the next. We need to make sure the sub-points flow and are obviously relevant regarding the main thesis we are making in our presentation. We also need to make sure we have bridges to link the chapters together. If we just leap from one topic to the next, our audience may get lost and not make the connection. We know our subject intensively and extensively, so we have no problem juxtaposing the chapters together. However, someone hearing about content like this for the first time may struggle to follow the arc of the narrative we're explaining. The bridge doesn't have to be extensive or complicated, but it needs to be designed from the start. I enjoyed the Chinese classic, The History of the Three Kingdoms. At the end of each chapter, the author would say something like, "If you want to know what happened to Li Shui, then read the next chapter." Such a primitive tool to link the story together, but it worked because you were really wondering what was going to happen to Li Shui. We can do much better than that, I'm sure, and we should. Let's work on our bridging technique to link the talk together using all the component parts. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 14th of June, we'll be running our previews. On the 17th, we'll be doing our, and actually the 25th, two separate courses, but 17th and 25th of June, we're doing the Dale Carnegie course, two different courses. This is the supremely intensive, broad, deep, amazing program that Dale Carnegie developed nearly over 100 years ago. It sort of brings out a number of facets. It's about growing your confidence, come out of your comfort zone to do things that you're not used to doing or things that you've never done before. It really helps you with your leadership, in particular your communication skills, stress management skills, people skills, all wrapped up into one mega course. It's a phenomenal program. So that'll be on two separate programs. One starts on the 17th, the other one starts on the 25th of June. We'll also have another preview session on the 24th of June. Check out our website at www.dale, D-A-L-E, hyphen, Carnegie, C-A-R-N-E-G-I-E, .co.jp. Lots and lots of value for you there. Now, to do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, there are over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which is the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. The energy levels of the different trainers were also a good indicator for me of the attractiveness of the content. I had no idea what the exact content was in Mongolian, but the degree of energy each speaker employed transposed to me the amount of interest I should have in what they were saying. I noticed if they were not injecting enough energy, I didn't feel much resonance with them. Those who could operate at the higher energy levels kept my concentration, regardless of the 100% linguistic barrier separating us. Training people, giving public talks, basically requires the same skill set in communication terms. Both need to be pumping out vast levels of energy throughout. Remember, the level of energy we employ for a chat over coffee is not what we need to be tapping into when we are on stage. Our role is now totally different. We have to move up some gears and adopt a much more powerful persona when we're on stage. Vocal variety is so important. If we are too soft or too strong all the way through, as if the volume control was stuck on the one setting, then we will lose the attention of our audience. If the speaker is too low-key in their delivery from start to finish, the audience quickly gets bored and they start daydreaming about something else, or even more likely today, they're lunging for their phones to escape from us to the lure of the internet. If we are all relentless fire and brimstone, they get tired under the relentless bombardment from us. What I noticed from the class participants was the variation in their vocal delivery kept my attention, even though I was oblivious to the meaning of what they were saying. I thought, wow, if you can get this much impact in a foreign language, how much more potential is there when you're using your own native language when presenting? The issue is often we forget about this and we get stuck in the one groove throughout our talk. None of the things I've mentioned here are new, complicated, or difficult. But like a lot of things, we know, but don't do. Teaching the candidates from Mongolia was a good reminder for me of things I should be paying more attention to in my presentations. We all get into habits and lose some of the self-awareness we need to keep improving in our craft. Let's not do that. Thank you for joining the Presentations Japan series. If you got value from today's show, spread the love around and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you have learned today, use it, and go out there and become a presentations legend. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.